welcome everybody to a weekly series we're going to be doing here. We don't have a name for it yet, but we'll figure it out. I'm Ryan. This is my brother Nathan. Say hello.
What's up?
There you go. We figured we'd start doing a series every week talking about what happened in wrestling throughout the week. Today, I guess we're going to discuss the draft, giving our feelings on whatever happened in the future and whatnot. So, what'd you think?
I liked it and I hated it at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was okay, like, with Seth Rollins going number one. I kind of saw that coming. But,
Yeah.
I mean, after that, it kind of went downhill.
Well, I like the way they did it because it felt like an actual draft, like on ESPN or something.
Yeah, it seemed real, but it just, like we talked about, Raw's kind of a little bit overloaded, but when you think about it in the long run, they've got a lot of guys who aren't going to be
a lot
around.
of part-timers.
Yes, they got Jericho, who is still there, but who knows for how much longer. You got Lesnar. Yeah, you got Lesnar, who's never on Raw, even when he's on pay-per-views, he's never on Raw.
Plus with this whole steroid or whatever he used.
Yeah, I mean that could put a whole wrench in their plan if he ends up found guilty for that. So I mean,
yeah.
So, and then you got Big Show and Mark Henry on that show, which who gives a shit? I mean,
they should be retired by now.
I mean, Mark Henry should just and Big Show both don't need to be on the show anymore. I do feel like they're gonna have to bring in more people though, because
I hope they do.
Because right now they don't have enough to make a 3-hour show on Raw.
No,
because I don't see
the mid card is horrible
on both shows, but
there's like 5 or 6 guys that could go for the IC title on each show.
Yeah, IC US. Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't think the Cruiserweight division's starting yet, and so what are they going to do to fill 3 hours of time now without having all those Cruiserweights on the show and stuff?
I don't know. They're going to have at least 2 chick matches every week.
Probably more than that. Unless they're just going to have a lot of segments, which I don't want to see. But
what I don't like about these small rosters is we were already seeing, people fighting each other every week.
And now it's going to,
And everybody on the show every week. Now it's going to be even worse. You're going to have less feuds for everybody to go around.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, you're going to see the same thing every day. Because you only got maybe 15 singles wrestlers on Raw that are actually going to stay there, that'll actually be there every week.
Yeah. I mean,
and you only got 12 on SmackDown, so.
Yeah, I mean, you won't see them 2 times a week, but you're still going to see the same matches on Raw every week.
Yep.
Or close to it. I mean, those single brand pay-per-views I feel like are going to suck. You're going to have,
it's going for us.
SmackDown especially, like you only have so many feuds that you can throw around with those guys. I mean, obviously
we're gonna have to put up with this for a whole year before we get a new roster. So.
Yeah, they'll probably do like they do every year, do a new draft, which
probably only be like 10 people on each show.
It's gonna be. I hope that they bring in guys, but not just anyone. Like I hope they bring in people that can actually still go. Because if you're bringing in Tommy Dreamer and shit, it's not gonna. I mean,
I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna hope that all these NXT guys pan out, and they're gonna start bringing up a bunch every year, and then they're just gonna hope they keep bringing in more and more indie people. And I don't know, it could suck for NXT, it could be good for NXT.
I mean, having a revolving door in NXT could be okay because you get to see different people all the time, but it doesn't, like, a Triple H wants it to be an established brand, like an actual brand. That's not.
That's a rumor. I don't know if they're ever actually going to do that.
I think they need to keep it more developmental than anything. It doesn't need to be its own brand. I mean, it should just be a show to get people exposure. That's what it needs to be. It don't need to be a tool.
So too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the title situation.
Yeah. So.
Because from what I've been hearing on the internet lately, eventually it's probably going to change. But right now, they're talking about the tag team titles and the women's title floating between shows.
Oh.
And
And
so
the
if they're
WWE.
doing that, why would they create a second world title? Because that's going to make the world title seem less important.
That's the thing, though. How are they going to have like feuds for both shows? It was one thing before when they did the brand exclusive pay-per-views because they did one a month. Like 1 month was Raw, the next month was SmackDown. But if they're doing 2 pay-per-views a month, for like each show gets their own pay-per-view a month, how can you have the WWE Women's Champion feud with Becky Lynch on SmackDown and Sasha Banks on Raw? Or whoever.
And not only that, but if they don't do that, and if it's going to happen soon, if they're going to have 2 belts. But then when they have 2 belts, they just got rid of that Divas title, so they can't bring it back.
Yeah, they can't.
They do that, stupid.
So they're going to have to either create a new name for
their women's championship. We just got one, and they're going to create another one.
How are they going to name it though? They can't just call it Then they can't call the next one the Women's Championship too. They'll have to either have the Raw Women's and the SmackDown Women's, or
I don't know.
Yeah, they're kind of putting themselves against the wall. I mean,
I don't know what they're gonna do.
I feel
they're gonna do the same thing with the tag team titles too.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, let's say the New Day's feuding with someone on Raw, they lose the tag team titles on Raw on a Raw pay-per-view. How that's gonna affect every storyline they have going on SmackDown?
Yeah.
And so what's the point of drafting Charlotte to Raw and drafting New Day to Raw if they're going to be on both shows?
I don't know, man.
There's no point in having – they should have said if that's the case, they should have said all champions are no breaks. And then when they lose the title, they go to a show.
Yeah, but if they don't do that, if they don't have the champion float, that means that all those chicks they just drafted, they got to create a second belt soon.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what are those chicks doing there? Same with the tag team.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they do it this way, if Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns win on the pay-per-view, which we'll talk about later, but if they win on the pay-per-view, that means Raw's going to have all the belts.
Yeah. Other than the thing is, we will talk about later, but with Darren Young being on the separate show of Miz and Zack Ryder being on the separate show of Rusev, either they're both winning or they're both losing. Or all the titles are going to end up on, if Darren Young wins and Rusev wins, then every fucking title's on Raw.
It's going to feel like it did back in the day when they had the full world champions on one show.
Yeah.
For that short amount of time. That's what it's going to feel like. I hope that doesn't happen, but that's what it's feeling like.
Yeah.
But Darren Young, he's getting pushed right now. Zack Ryder is not.
I feel like Rusev's winning. But see, that's the thing. You're going to push Darren Young. If he loses, well, there's no point.
Yeah, why all the pushing if they're just going to have him lose?
That's why I didn't like them doing this draft right now where it was. Because you
I don't know why they did.
Pay-per-view.
Because you think they would have control over that to where they could have.
Yeah.
They can't change the pay-per-view date. But they could have at least had the next SmackDown.
Yeah, they could have had SmackDown Live this week, just made it a normal SmackDown, and then had next week Raw and SmackDown both could have been drafts.
Yeah. I don't know why they did it like that, because they really did put themselves in some tough situations.
Because you knew Cena and AJ were both getting drafted to the same show. You knew Charlotte and Sasha Banks are both getting drafted to the same show. You knew all the feuds were staying together right now, the feuds that just started, because you just started them. You can't have, Charlotte and Sasha Banks on separate shows and be like, oh, Sasha never got her title match.
Yeah, and some stuff, though, that they just started, like the club, they broke up already. So instead of breaking up the New Day, they've been together for over a year and a half.
Yeah, I would have rather them break up the New Day than breaking up AJ from the club. That might be good for AJ because they're making him into a kind of a puss recently. But
AJ is a bad guy by himself.
I don't know if it's going to work, yeah. I don't know. Because he's not a very good bad guy on his own. Because when he was in TNA, he always had groups when he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
He'd never be a Greg on his own, so.
He think he's going to go face again, and if he does that,
that's stupid. What's he going to lose to Cena at SummerSlam, and then they're going to shake hands, he's going to be a good guy again? Huh? Because that's dumb. Because I could see that going that way. But then you're gonna have Ambrose, Cena, and AJ and Orton,
Yeah,
all on SmackDown, all faces. Your
Orton's
main
gonna
heel
back to,
would be Bray Wyatt.
Orton's gonna have to go back to heel.
Which is again, Kevin Owens should have went to SmackDown.
And then they'll have to push Del Rio.
Yeah, well, I keep forgetting Del Rio's even up because I just forget that he's even around because I never do anything with him.
I think James and Del Rio are both going to get pushed right back to the top now because there's only so many people on those shows now.
Well, the thing with Sheamus is, though, he's a heel, and they need to push another face on Raw. Because Roman Reigns is the only face they got that's towards the top.
I mean, Sheamus might go back as a good guy. I don't know how they would do
it. I could see him doing it, but I don't know how they do it.
Well, they already got one face that no one likes. So
yeah.
Have two.
You got Cena, too. It's not really.
That's true.
I don't know, man.
All right, let's about we talked about that. Let's see. Do you think that the rest of the roster is even tag teams and the women? I think they're pretty even.
Yeah, that's the one thing they did right is they got the women and tag teams even with at least. I mean, it don't matter though if they're gonna have the title on both shows. I mean, it don't really make a fucking difference. I mean, because that I hope they don't do that. I mean, as much as I don't want 8 championships, but you know, it's kind of stupid to have the 2 titles on both shows and then. Because it's like, well, we got a title match against them, but if they lose, then everything's. I mean, how can you can't book that? You can't book one champion on 2 different shows. It doesn't work.
I mean, you could, but
not with the way they're doing it with the pay-per-view schedule.
But not only that, but also considering if it would have been Thursday live, they had more time to get there.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go from. I mean, they did that anyway, but every week to have Charlotte flying Raw and SmackDown, I mean, and then that leaves house shows.
Yeah.
You're going to have one chant, like, they might send the tag team to one, but if they're technically the Raw brand, they're not going to be on SmackDown house shows. So SmackDown would get no championships. If they keep the WWE title, they'd have the WWE Intercontinental. That's it. And Raw would have no world title match on their house shows.
Yeah, that's another thing we can talk about, Ryan. What do you think? Is SmackDown going to get anything special since they're all got this thing? Like, how they want to change wrestling, how these 2 shows are going to be completely different. And so SmackDown got to have something that Raw doesn't have.
I don't know what they can do. I mean, in a PG era, like I saw on the internet, it was like, oh, they need to bring the hardcore. That's not going to work. You can't do that. What else can they do? Like, what kind of special thing could they have that Raw, like, I can't think of anything that they could do different.
I don't know. Maybe they could come up with something like kind of like how they used to have in NXT with the like what was it, like an Iron Man champion?
Oh, in Florida,
like
yeah, and FCW they had the Iron Man thing.
Yeah, Jack Briscoe Classic or whatever they called it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know how it would work on the main Raw. I don't know. I don't. SmackDown seems like I kind of got screwed, but we'll see how it goes.
They're making it sound like how Cesaro. They showed a video. I watched a video of him, and he said that he was upset that he went to Raw because
so was Del Rio.
SmackDown was more of the wrestling show.
Yeah.
So if this is the wrestling show, a 3 falls or an Iron Man match type belt would be better for the wrestling show.
It would work, yeah. I saw an interview with Paige, and she was upset that she went to Raw too.
Well, she's upset because Del Rio.
Well, but they didn't mention that, yes, but that's probably why. Yeah, I saw the interview with Cesaro. They
broke up all the couples because they were like Carmella and
Cass. Yeah, and I think Dana Brooke and Ziggler are dating, and they got broke up too.
Yeah, they do it every time.
And Paige and Del Rio.
Right, they were already separated because she was down there in Florida.
Yeah.
So she gets called up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do," and then he goes to Raw. She goes to SmackDown. So they're still separated.
Yeah. I mean,
Lana and Rusev can be together
And Miz
in
and
a
Maurice.
storyline.
And Miz and Maurice can be
Yeah.
together too. That's
How
not,
do they get this special?
I know, I don't get that. And the quality just went to shit. But yeah, I don't know. SmackDown, because Cesaro's like, I don't like Raw being focused on the more of the authority figures than SmackDown is. SmackDown's more the wrestling show, which I'm surprised he's like they let him say that SmackDown's the wrestling show, which was weird. He was like, SmackDown's the wrestling show, and I'm like, okay, well, it seems like they were doing that, but yet Raw gets the cruiserweights, which is wrestling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't make that. That whole thing made no sense because Stephanie gets the cruiserweights,
I
which
feel
she's
like
never been pushed.
I feel like all the women should have been on Raw, and that way they could fill that 1 hour of women's wrestling.
Yeah.
That way they have a whole hour to.
That's how I would have done it. I would have booked the first hour of Raw would have just been women. They would have had. You could have even branded it a whole different show if you wanted to. Like have the first hour be a women's only division, and then the 2 hours Raw, because it's not fair to have Raw be 3 hours.
No.
And they don't have the roster to do that. They don't have the roster to fill a 3 hour show right now.
I know the stockholders have a lot of say in that. Should have done with that 3 hour.
Stockholders and USA Network have a lot to do with that. I'm sure USA's.
You're not doing wrestling, man.
Yeah, they shouldn't have stockholders and TV contracts involved in what happens in wrestling.
I think all wrestling fans live in their parents' basement and they just have no life.
Yeah, because like we were saying, if you right now, there's 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, and then 2 hours on Wednesday today with NXT and Crusierweight Classic. I mean, that's 7 hours in a row. And then you add a pay-per-view on top of that. So next week, it's going to be 10 hours of wrestling.
In a row.
10 hours in 4 days.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's if you're not a true wrestling fan, you're going to get so burnt out. That's why SmackDown shouldn't have been live on Tuesdays. Because it's always better to have your show spaced out. You got to have space. You got to have breaks. You can't let...
What do you think these pay-per-views are going to be like? Are they going to bring back... Because that's a lot. You're talking about a lot of pay-per-views. You're going to have 2 every month. Are they going to bring back a bunch of old ones? Or are they going to...
I heard Clash of Champions is the first Raw only thing. Which is it's Indianapolis, by the way. But it's after SummerSlam. Clash of Champions.
Why would Clash of Champions? You're only going to have like 2 or 3 champions now that have the draft.
I know. I don't know why they didn't.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure they'll probably bring back Backlash and Judgment Day and who knows.
Isn't Clash of Champions?
Sounds the same. I mean, it pretty much. I don't know why WWE just didn't call it Clash of Champions in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, Night of Champions. The whole Night of Champions pay-per-view is stupid anyway. That's how every pay-per-view should be.
Yeah. All of those should be. Yeah.
You're pretty much saying every other pay-per-view don't matter because this is the only pay-per-view that matters because all the titles are on the line.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of pay-per-views, what's going to happen here at the Battleground? Is it going to be?
God.
What is your prediction? Let's go match by match.
Okay.
What do you think the pre-show match is going to be? I think it's going to be as bad as it is to say the Intercontinental title is going to be the pre-show.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the pre-show match. Even Intercontinental really best.
I feel like, I think that Miz is kind of the king of pre-shows. So, and you got Darren Young involved too. They've been having 2 pre-show matches lately, but I don't see them doing that this time because they have no other feuds going on. But I feel like Baron Corbin has no match.
Yeah, unless they throw in another match or something.
Maybe Baron Corbin versus...
Becky Natalia.
Oh, yeah, they're wrestling too.
Becky Lynch and Natalia could be a pre-show. That could be a pre-show.
I think those... I don't know. I think when we do one, I'm gonna go with the Intercontinental title. That's the pre-show match. And I feel like Miz is going to win.
That's the big... Get first. Who do you think will win?
I feel like Miz would win that.
I think he needs to. I don't want to see all these titles flip-flop.
He hasn't been champion that long, and he's actually been booked pretty good. I mean, he's actually a decent heel, so might as well keep it on him. And
I don't know if he's been booked yet, but I'll tell you what, Darren Young, I don't see why he would have to lose. It's going to be a screwy finish where he doesn't look bad because they just started pushing him.
Did you hear the reaction he got on SmackDown, by the way?
Why would they have him lose? Yeah, kind of weird.
He actually got a reaction, and I was shocked.
Yeah, but then when he started wrestling, I kind of died down.
Well, he hit the crossface chicken wing, and the crowd went crazy, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's a stupid move. I hate the crossface chicken wing, but anyway. Yeah, and that's the thing. If they give it to Darren Young, which I don't really want to see, nothing against Darren Young, but
I mean, Zack Ryder said when
well, the thing is, nothing against Darren Young, but if you're going to have a mid-card champion on Raw, it does not need to be Darren Young. I mean,
no.
But yeah, if he wins, Zack Ryder's got to win. I mean, there's no, because that would take all the titles off of SmackDown. They'd have none but the world title if Dean Ambrose keeps it.
But Darren Young should have got. They don't do that anymore. They don't build up stuff. I mean, they haven't had him with a video on for like 3 months, but they have him win some matches.
His first match was the Battle Royal. He just comes out, wins the Battle Royal, didn't win it, was sitting in a fetal position, and 2 guys eliminate themselves, and he's #1 contender. Like, that's not a really good build-up for him.
No. And then, okay, so, alright, so, do you think that both the champions are going to win? U.S. and American?
I feel like, yeah, I don't see Zack Ryder winning the United States title. I mean, I like Zack Ryder.
I think and I think Darren Young's going to have some kind of screw job finish. It's like Maurice is going to have.
Yeah, you gotta. That's the thing. If you're gonna push him, you gotta make him look strong. But you can't. I don't think they can really give him the title. I mean, they.
I think he's gonna get the crossface chicken wing on him, and then Maurice is gonna like knock the referee down or some shit and get him disqualified.
Or something, yeah. I don't.
All right, it's going between Natalia and Becky. I don't think they both got drafted to the same show.
Yeah, so it's not over.
It's gonna keep going,
which is great.
So I'd say Natalia's gonna win, and then Becky's got to try to get some revenge.
It's always better to start the feud off with the heel winning, usually.
Yeah.
So yeah, but just for the sake of disagreeing, I'm gonna go with Becky.
I'm okay with that. What about okay? What's the next match on the card?
Let me look it up real quick. We went to 2 title matches. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Well, I hope that this was going to be the end of this feud.
Yeah,
since they both got drafted.
I'm gonna go Owens because I never see Sami Zayn winning. Like, I just can't. I mean, I'm gonna go Owens.
I think I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I can't see Sami Zayn winning that one. What about the New Day versus the Wyatt family?
I gotta go New Day because the Wyatt family is broken up.
See, that is stupid because you just pushed the Wyatt family against the New Day, and you think this feud's gonna last for freaking till who knows when, and then we're just gonna break them up. So now.
Not only did they break them up, they basically broke them up before it even got started because they were like, every team is together except for the Wyatts.
Yeah, they were the only team that was not listed. Every other group was listed. Yeah, so the Wyatt family is gotta lose. I mean, but.
And they even said it on TV. They were like, oh yeah, the Wyatts are getting drafted individually for no reason. They didn't give a reason.
Yeah. They're considered a group. They're a tag team, just like the New Day. The New Day are a 3-man group. So, yeah, I mean, the Wyatt, other than less. I don't think Luke Harper's cleared to wrestle. I'd say Luke Harper would come out and help him. But because you can't, if they're doing the Raw only, like Bray Wyatt, the tag team isn't on Raw. Like, you got Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan on SmackDown, which is not going to be a tag team. So you got Braun Strowman alone on Raw, so they're not going to have the New Day feud with him by himself. So
no, I don't know why they did that, because Braun Strowman's going to be like, what's going to happen with him? He can't talk.
He can't wrestle.
Who's going to be his mouthpiece? I mean, what's going to happen with him?
You can't have this feud start and end in 2 weeks. Basically, is what happened. This has been like a 3-week feud.
Bray Wyatt feuds are, right?
It's true. Well, and he never wins a feud, so you might as well assume he's losing. So you got to go New Day because he never wins anything.
Yeah.
So the other 6-man. Well, I guess we'll do the tag team. Who do you think's gonna be first? Who's gonna be Sasha Banks' partner?
It's gotta be Bayley.
But see, I think that too. But that's fucking ridiculous for her if she makes it without being drafted. Because everyone else is getting drafted. She can just, hey, Sasha Banks, I'm your partner.
Oh, hey, before we go on to Bayley still, back with the New Day, if they win this match, they're gonna be pretty close to Kendrick and London's
record.
Will. Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It's not a title match anyway. I don't. So they're the longest reigning champions, yeah. But I think they're gonna hold them forever. I mean, so yeah, I don't know who the actual. They have.
The longest is a gentleman.
Well, the thing is, the modern era had 2 titles.
I know.
So and now they're probably gonna go back to 2 titles, which is gonna screw up the tag team history again.
The histories are so fucked.
The tag team title branch goes down and then like splits and then it goes back together, and it's like if you're not a true fan, you have no idea what happened in the 2000s. Like the 2000s.
They have stage wrestling to where it's all about casual fans.
You can't follow title histories anymore.
No. All right, so Bayley. If it's not Bayley, who do you think it'll be?
If you have to go based on brand alone, like if she can't get anyone from SmackDown, Nia Jax, but she's.
Yeah.
I would hate to see. I think it's going to be Bayley, but they're going to have to explain if she stays on the roster how she gets to stay and not be drafted.
You know who I'm going with? If it's not Bayley, it'll be either Lita or Trish.
That would be interesting.
For no reason at all. I mean, I don't know how they would come up with a reason for that, but that's what I think.
Well, she needs help. I mean, I was trying to think of anyone that like would be a shock for Charlotte, like someone who, but the only person would be Bayley. She's the only one that has history with Charlotte.
Yeah, but it's on NXT, and
they
treat it like NXT doesn't,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she's a second generation, which I was trying to think of any other woman but there's not. I don't know.
Okay, so what about
who's gonna win?
What?
Who do you think would win that? I think Sasha's gonna win regardless. They gotta give her a win, and then she's gonna be SummerSlam.
They're on the same show, so that means they gotta continue their feud
to SummerSlam.
SummerSlam or whatever.
Yeah, SummerSlam's next, and they gotta have that match at SummerSlam. So.
Yep.
All right. So the other 6-man tag, the Club.
Man, I have no fucking.
This one's interesting because both of these groups aren't together at the pay-per-view. Because like Enzo and Cass are on Raw, Cena's on SmackDown, and the Club. So.
I'd say Cena's team it's not elimination, right?
I don't think so. I think it's just a normal. They should have made one of these elimination just to have it different because both these 6-man tag matches are the same. But.
Well, I'm gonna say since it's not elimination, I'm gonna say that Cena and Enzo win, and Cena's probably gonna end up pinning fucking not Luke Gallows because he just wrestled him, but Carl Anderson.
I don't know, man, because I feel like both the feuds are just gonna continue on anyway. I think Enzo and Cass are gonna continue feuding with the Club on Raw, and Cena's gonna continue feuding with AJ. So. I'm gonna go with the Club just because I think maybe they're gonna. But
Yeah, but they're a team. Okay, here's another reason why I'm going with Enzo and Cass and Cena because they're not an actual group.
Yeah, that's true.
The Club is a group, so the Club is getting broken up.
That's true. Yeah, it makes more sense for them to lose because they're not together. Maybe that's how they turn AJ face. Thought the Club beat the shit out of them. And maybe
And
Finn
they're gonna have
Balor.
to do something.
Finn Balor will come out, and then he'll become the new leader.
Yeah, I can't see them having him turn bad guy around. Well, you never know.
Never know. I guess we're not going to talk about the highlight reel because that's just nothing to talk about.
Well, let's talk about it for a little bit. I think Orton's going to come out and talk, and then Paul Heyman's going to come out and talk. You know, RKO, Paul Heyman, that type of thing.
They got to have something happen because, like, every highlight reel ends with some sort of altercation.
You know, I think we'll go ahead and make this prediction for next week. You know, we're going to do a prediction show for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Orton is going to win that match just because Brock Lesnar's going through all this crap.
You know, I would have originally said Brock Lesnar's going to kick his ass, but yeah, now with this whole steroid, whatever, I don't even know what it was that he got caught for, but I couldn't pronounce it, so. But, and if he did it, if I was WWE, I'd suspend him, but.
Well, that's the thing, they probably will, but suspending him is going to be the same as him not being
there. Yeah, because he's never there anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I was on the internet and people were like, oh, you got to suspend him. I'm like, what does it matter? He's never around anyway. The only thing they could do is not let him wrestle at SummerSlam, but then he's still getting paid, so it don't.
He'll wrestle at SummerSlam, and then they'll have the actual ruling on what he did, you know?
Yeah, and then he'll be suspended.
Suspend him after that, just so WWE can look good and say that they suspended him. But it's just going to be like.
That's what they did for Reigns. They suspended him in a time frame where.
When he was going to come back anyway.
For Royal Rumble, you know, yeah. That's what they did for Reigns. They suspended him, but it was still in the time frame where he's still going to get to wrestle 2 pay-per-views. So, I mean.
Yeah. All right, what about what's the next match on the card, right?
That's it, other than the main event. They only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Maybe 8 matches.
Yeah, that's it. We talked about Cena in the club. We talked about Rusev, Zack Ryder. Well, we talked about that for a little bit, I guess. I mean, Intercontinental title, tag team match, 6-man tag, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Becky Lynch, Natalya. So the only thing left's the main event.
Who do you think's gonna win?
If they're gonna have 2 world titles, they have to have something happen. I think Ambrose has to win. Either Ambrose wins, so that means Stephanie is pissed, so she creates a title, or there's some sort of screw job, weird double finish that creates 2 titles. But I think Ambrose wins, which makes Stephanie have to create a new title.
I agree with that. I think Ambrose is keeping it because
he just got it.
He just won it. I don't know. They ain't giving it to Reigns, so that means they have to give it right back to Rollins.
God, I hope they don't give it to Reigns. If they give it to Reigns.
He already had 1 short reign. I can't see them doing the same thing to Ambrose.
Yeah. And he'd just be, it'd be transitioning. I mean, what would be the point of giving Ambrose a title then if you're going to give it to him for a month? You gave Rollins.
Done it before.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be Ambrose winning.
Yeah, I feel like Ambrose is winning.
How bad of a reaction do you think
it's going to be bad based just on what happened at the draft when they said his name. He got. Yeah. It's going to be bad. I feel like, I would say turn him heel, but then you have no top face on Raw, so.
They're going to have to go with, if they do that, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Sheamus, they're all going to have to be pushed to the moon as good guys because.
Yeah. It sucks. Because if they had 1 brand, you could make Roman Reigns a heel and it wouldn't make a difference. But now you got 2 brands. I don't know what they're going to do.
It's going to be interesting.
You can't push him.
It could be good for wrestling because if they do end up having to make him a bad guy.
It does give more people, an opportunity.
Yeah, we're going to get an opportunity that they didn't have before.
You can't.
Sami Zayn could be the main eventer when he never would have got a shot.
No. You can't base the whole brand around Reigns. Because.
And Finn Balor is definitely going to be pushed. He's the first 5 draft picks.
Yeah, he's going to be a main eventer.
He got picked over Cena for crying out loud.
Yeah, he got picked over everybody. Maybe he'll be the new number 1 guy. Because you can't make Reigns the number 1. No one's going to watch. No one wants to see that. No one wants to watch that.
Yeah.
Because he's not even, like, if they try to, maybe if he's a heel, it wouldn't be a problem. But if he's a face, no one's going to want to see that.
No.
Which is the way they booked it. It looks like he's going to be the #1 guy because they didn't draft any other main event faces though to Raw, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll.
All right. So, what do you think about the Cruiserweight Classic so far? Only one episode so far. It's up till tonight.
I like how it's presented. I like that it's completely like a sport, and that the shaking of the hands before the match, and it's presented in a different style.
What Ring of Honor was when it first started.
Yeah, it is. I like how it looks completely different than Raw and SmackDown. Like it's like you're not watching a WWE show.
I was hoping that what they're doing with the Cruiserweight Classic was what they were going to do with SmackDown. But now since they already did with the Cruiserweight Classic, I don't know what they'll do with SmackDown. I hope SmackDown will be like Shane can come in and have a ranking system and shit. It looks completely like a sport.
I've tried everything.
Yeah. It looks. I like how it's more like a sport than WWE's presenting. So I like it, and I like how they're actually showing like the country representation. It makes it look like when they make the announcements, they say from Mexico, representing Mexico and stuff. So
they sort of ripped off the J Cup from.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they ripped off the J Cup. Obviously, I mean the Super J Cup. I mean.
Yeah.
But
I still feel like, now I know why they're calling the Cruiserweight Classic, because they're going to probably have the Cruiserweight Championship at the end.
Which is stupid, because that means you're not going to have a Cruiserweight division on Raw for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Why announce the Cruiserweight Classic so damn early then? The Cruiserweight Championship. The championship. Why announce it then when you're going to wait 9 weeks to have any Cruiserweight matches? Unless they just put Neville versus Sin Cara every damn week, because those are the only 2 Cruiserweights they got.
WWE is so fast-paced crap now that they don't even give their writers time to make storylines. I mean, it's like.
I love how they said due to the success of the Cruiserweight Classic. There's been one damn show.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you can't really call it a success yet. I mean, you can call it a success, but you have 1 episode. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it, but you can't call it a success with 1 episode in the books. You gotta wait. You gotta wait.
I think them saying that makes me think that they should have this draft 2 months from now instead of.
They rushed everything. I mean, the way they drafted, I swear it was like they were running on random, like they were just spinning a wheel, and whoever it landed on was the one that got picked, because. It made most of the draft picks didn't make. I like how Raw took 2 NXT people and that's it.
Yeah.
When there was 6 available and they took 2, and SmackDown just took like.
I also like how at the end they did away with the whole 2 or 3 thing.
Yeah, the last 4 rounds of the pick, it was 3 and 3, and it was like what? I guess they realized they had to get through it.
Who do you think's gonna win the Cruiserweight Classic?
Ibushi. It's got to be.
I think so too. But Jack Sabre Jr. could be a.
Yeah, he could be
a dark horse.
I would say Cedric. I would say Cedric Alexander would be pretty far, but he's gonna fight Ibushi next round, so he's gonna lose. So.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I think that Jack Sabre Jr. is the guy they're high on.
I think Sabre.
I don't know, man.
I thought that would be the finals, but I think they're on the same side of the bracket.
Yeah, I think the last 8 people in it will be Cruiserweight.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I heard they already signed Grand Metallic, which I agree. He wasn't.
I don't know what they see in that, but I feel like he's good as a Cruiserweight. I don't know what they see in, but
I wasn't really impressed. That guy who.
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan. What's up, everybody? This is Ryan in post video. We had some technical difficulties in the video, so I'm recording this to let you guys know what happened. Kind of the audio kind of went out and the video kind of cut, so I'm going to do a little quick ending here. On behalf of Nathan, we appreciate you guys watching this video. We appreciate you guys checking this out. We're gonna do this weekly. This is gonna be a weekly thing we're gonna do every week. We hope you guys tune in every week. I know it's the longest video I've ever done on this channel. For next week, if you guys have any questions you want us to, any questions or any topics you want us to discuss or anything from wrestling, let us know. Comment down below, or you know my Twitter address. Tweet me your questions or comments or whatever. Like this video, subscribe, share it, comment. I appreciate you all. We appreciate you, me and my brother. We're going to do this every week for you guys. We love you. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.